I'll now go to the Crossroads of America, Indiana's Mr. Pence.
Where we're having the Indy 500, Mr. Chairman, this weekend. Thanks for holding this committee hearing, and Ranking Member DeGette for holding this, and all of you all for being here. I'm not going to explain to you theoretical stuff. I spent my entire career in distributing petroleum product or getting energy where it needed to be, when it needed to be, and the quantities it needed to be. And so my approach on this committee back home has been to put together a roundtable and talk to people about the implementation of the mandates that come out of the administration. I've gotten the state of Indiana, utilities, distributors, research in universities, Purdue, Vincennes, parking, mobility experts, charging station developers, and had them all come together. And I recently heard from energy companies, energy transmitters, and housing developers that say that if one or two more homes in their developments install EV charging stations, they will need new transformers to power the neighborhood. Now, I bring that up. That's kind of a simple, you've probably already talked about the transformer issue out there. But all I hear about is we can't get the energy there into the neighborhoods where it needs to be, whether I'm talking to MISO in my area or people that need to buy the transformers. And here's a new one I want to ask each one of you about, if you heard this one. Insurance companies are dropping homeowners insurance where they're putting EV chargers in the homes. Mr. Bonnell, have you heard that one?
I've not heard of that, but in the state of California, you're lucky if you're keeping your home insurance right now.
Why is that? Tell me that.
Well, I think the insurance companies are moving out in force, is what's happened. They are pulling their willingness to insure. I know this personally.
For other reasons? You know this personally?
I know this personally. We just lost insurance coverage on our house in Thousand Oaks, California, and we're forced to go into a tertiary third-party market and absorb a 50% price increase just to have it. So to answer your question, I think what most people point to is the severe wildfire issues that
which have a lot to do with the power lines and the inadequate transmission, correct?
Absolutely true. It also has to do with a state who, I think with right intentions, tried to limit insurance companies' ability to charge. And instead of being able to raise rates to meet the risk, they're simply just not insuring.
Well, then we should have more mandates. That obviously helps. How about Mr. Woods? Have you heard about the insurance debacle?
I have heard of people losing their home insurance due to fires caused by EV chargers inside their homes, yes.
Any sense of what type of charging stations?
I don't know.
I even heard, and I think it was one of my peers told me about their neighbor put in a charging station and their charging station, their house, heated up in their carriage house. There was an effect, which probably a transformer issue, right? So these building mandates that you have to put certain things in, even water, the more they're going to demand electricity, the more problems we're going to have. Where have you heard that that's a fact? They've dropped insurance?
I have heard of, yes, I've heard of fires in houses where people have lost their insurance because of it, and it is because of an EV charger inside the home.
Mr. Howard?
No, to be honest, I've not heard that. I mean, I've been driving electric vehicles for almost 10 years, and I've had home charging stations for that entire time, and it's never been an issue for my insurance company.
Good. Mr. Casper?
Yeah, I have not heard that, but we are electric distribution cooperative as well as natural gas, and we are seeing the strains on the grid system, specifically the distribution system. You think about, you have one transformer you mentioned, that might supply 5 different homes in a particular community, and then you might have another one down on the next pole that's serving. So if let's everybody put 5 EVs, and then there, again, you'd have to have an additional
I had a local utility said if somebody else puts another EV in this neighborhood, everybody's power's going down.
Yeah.
And of course, I know of these big boxes where they're putting them on the interstate and where there's not enough energy coming to that location to actually do. So these mandates for building codes make no sense because we don't have the ability to get the energy there. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.